Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Hood Oracle, aka Karmic's Worst Nightmare, aka the Rembrandt of Karmic Readers, aka Diamonds in the Rough with a very special, different reading for you guys. Now, it's no secret that I've been following this Jelena Jaylee situation for quite some time, and through this, I've been able to connect with a lot of Jelena fans as myself. Okay. So this is Selena territory here. If you're a Hailey, part of the Hailey camp, you're gonna get triggered here. Sorry, it's the truth. And you know what? Let me put on this light here because I can barely see. It looks like it's about to rain outside. And you see me, I have different levels of productivity when it comes to the amount of light that comes in. Like, if it's dark outside, I won't put on the light because of the simple fact that I feel like my productivity is going to go low, because if I put on the light, I associate that with the end of the day and it goes down. My productivity goes down. It's sort of like a is it called circadian? Yes, circadian rhythm. It affects my circadian rhythms, okay? I'm learning a lot in my psych class, so, you learn about yourself too. My productivity goes down when, it's daytime, but I put the, artificial light on, the light switch on. It synonymizes in my brain with the end of the day, which I'm sure it would do for most people. It's like, your productivity goes down. But for some people, it goes up because you get that last wind, of energy, and then you're able to tackle whatever last thing of the work day that you're supposed to do. Me, it's kind of a coin toss. So, a little bit more about me. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Stephen Baldwin's unhealthy, unnatural, and quite skeevy involvement in his daughter Hailey's marriage to Justin. He is a handler. Now, we're going to pray over the cards because, I'm sure that, only a couple of us are not the only ones that are noticing this. I'm sure that other people notice this as well. Okay? Not a lot has been said about Stephen Baldwin, his involvement in his daughter's marriage, and how unhealthy and skeevy and quite creepy it is. Okay? And this all started with that first initial meeting. I'll post that in the comments below, okay? So that you can see the link and see just what I'm talking about. I'm getting chills as I'm telling you this. He is skeevy. All right, so we're going to pray over these cards in the Father, and the Son, and in the Holy Spirit. Please let these cards be an accurate, crystal clear, pictorial account of what's truly going on with the questions that we ask regarding this unhealthy and quite skeevy dynamic between Jaylee and the father. Okay? Thank you so much, and amen. Okay, so, that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? This should prove interesting. So, why is Stephen Baldwin so unnaturally, unhealthily, and quite skeevily involved in his daughter's marriage to Justin? Okay? It's that, the rest of the Baldwins kind of have an hands-off approach. They'll give advice, de vez en cuando, whenever they ask for it, because family will do that. But Stephen has this unnatural attachment to the both of them, especially to Justin. We're blaming Hailey, but she's only a symptom of a bigger problem. Okay? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Okay? If she's like this, that means her father's like this too. I don't feel you don't see the mother doing any of this. Okay? We don't know about her involvement, but all I know is that I have been seeing this for a while, and it's not until I got a comment from one of my viewers, thank you by the way, to actually read on this, because that means that I'm not the only one seeing this. You guys are seeing it too. So, with that, what is Stephen Baldwin's unhealthy, unnatural, skeevy, creeper connection to being so involved in Jaylee? Why is Stephen Baldwin so invested in keeping Hailey together? Why is Stephen Baldwin so invested in keeping Hailey together? Now, we know that the man has no money. That family has no money, okay? The only one making money there is Hailey, okay? She's the only one making money there. So I do feel that this has to do with money. Usually it does. It's Hollywood, guys. Come on. What doesn't have to do with money in Hollywood? Everything is a payoff. Everything is a fucking payoff. Okay? So, that being said, why is Stephen Baldwin so heavily involved and so invested as if his life depended on it? Okay? Motherfucker gotta eat, right? He can't do it on his own merit or his own talent, right? He hasn't gotten work in so long. So, you're not only pimping out your daughter, you're trying to suck Justin Bieber dry of his finances. It's just sick. Sick, I tell you. And I'm sure I'm not the only bitch that sees this. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I've been wanting to make this type of video for a bit, and it's not until I got the suggestion, I was like, okay, this is a sign. All right. So, what is Stephen Baldwin's strange obsession and involvement with Hailey? Why is he so involved in keeping Justin and Hailey together? He's going to be a problem. Even long after Hailey, I mean, we're focusing a lot on Hailey, but like I said before, she's the symptom of a bigger problem. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Okay? She's in both their ears. Well, her too. He's in both their ears. Okay? She gets the support from her dad, and he gets the pat on, and Justin gets the pat on the back. Stick it out, stick it out, stick it out. There have been arguments already between the two, okay? When it's not meant to be, it's going to come up pretty quickly that this is not a match. This is not a match. It's like mixing blood types. You know, it's like, you can't put AB blood into an O body. It's going to reject it. So it's just look at the whole blood type situation and kind of put that together with this. It's just not a match. I do feel there's a little bit of racism involved in this as well. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be honest. There's a little bit of racism involved because Selena is Hispanic, okay? So that might have been an influence. That might have been an influencing factor as well. So why is Stephen Baldwin so interested, so invested? It's as if he has cryptocurrency in this thing. It's like ridiculous. Why is Stephen Baldwin so ridiculously and strangely, I might add, involved in his son-in-law and daughter's marriage? Interesting. He is a handler. We got the Page of Pentacles here. He wants to learn Justin's way of thinking, his mannerisms and everything, so that he can finagle this in a way that Hailey stays with what she signed on the dotted line for. Okay? Now, there's something to be said when a parent... Now, of course, there's a lot of you that might be thinking, well, he's involved in his daughter's marriage and he just wants what's best for his daughter. Granted, okay? But we have to look at facts here. Stephen Baldwin hasn't worked for a long, long time. He's a D-list, if not a Z-list actor, okay? And he needs money. He needs to eat. It's hard to live in Hollywood and not have work, okay? It's very hard to do that, especially when you're a part of the House of Baldwin and everybody else is working and you're not, okay? It's just in facts, okay? So, he latched himself onto this young man, okay? And even though I'm sure he's seeing already that Justin is not happy, he gives him the old pat on the back. Oh, you can stick this out. You can stick this out, he'll see these two arguing and he'll just give him the old pat on the back, like the old uh, understanding father-in-law. No bullshit. You're a handler, and this Page of Pentacles says it right there. He's invested in the money, okay? If you look at this Page of Pentacles, he's holding a pentacle. Very gingerly, very delicately. He does not want to lose his cash cow. Justin is his cash cow. Even though the man is not even in the studio, okay? They want to control every facet of this young man's life so that he sings about what they want to sing about. God forbid he mentioned Selena's name even in the slip of the lip. Forget it. Oh my God. Bells and whistles will go off. Ring the alarm. Okay. Stephen Baldwin is depressed that he hasn't worked. We have the Five of Cups here. Okay. So he's very depressed that he has not gotten an acting gig in so long. Okay. So he looks to his son-in-law and his daughter to bring the money. Okay. We don't hear anything about the woman here, the wife, ex-wife. I don't know what it is between those two. I believe it's an ex-wife. I could be wrong. I'm not invested in that portion of the family. Wasn't Stephen Baldwin caught like cheating with like a nanny or something? Wow, you're a pillar of morals, and you're over here trying to give it marriage advice to this young man. Why is Stephen Baldwin so obsessed with their relationship? Okay, we got the Four of Wands here. He wants to make sure they're married and stay married. Okay, let's put an extra card in there because that's a little blanket here. They're already married, so that's current energy. Please clarify this Four of Wands here for why Stephen Baldwin is so invested. Yeah, he is... Okay, there's handler levels, okay? There's the professional handlers that are involved in the careers of both individuals. And there's the personal ones. He's a little higher level of a handler because he is the in-law. So he has access, direct access to these two individuals. We have the Eight of Pentacles right next to the Four of Wands here. He's very invested in their marriage, literally, because he gets paid off. He gets paid off. You think that being that Justin did not sign a prenup, that Stephen is going to want to get his hands on some of that money? He will turn on his own daughter. Well, I'm the one that facilitated this whole thing. You got to pay me too. I don't put it past him. I don't fucking put it past him. He looks like a sneaky motherfucker. Why is Stephen Baldwin so invested in Hailey? He wants to prevent the truth from coming out. The Ace of Swords just came out. He wants to prevent the truth from coming out. He wants to make sure every facet of their relationship is closely monitored under lock and key. Okay, so they'll only reveal what they want to be revealed. Okay, we already see that Justin is a disheveled hot mess. And this is also... Okay, what I'm getting also is Hailey wants to be portrayed as the one that eventually gets him out of his funk. So she wants to portray him as this hot mess, okay? And then through the love of a wife, he turns into the Justin that was pre-Hailey, right? She wants to take credit for his growth and his success. She wants to take credit for it. So she's involved in that way as well. Okay. Meanwhile, I think we've all seen the pictures of a very happy, smiling Justin Bieber when he was with Selena. Okay. He had shining eyes and a big smile on his face and laughing all the time. Not so much with this one. Okay. He's heavily invested, this Stephen Baldwin, because we have the Nine of Cups, which is the payoff. I always see this as the payoff card. Okay, so everybody has every handler in that camp has some kind of monetary investment in this. We have the Nine of Cups here. Hierophant, making sure that things are within their boundaries, okay? The Hierophant is about boundaries as well. It's about keeping things within tradition, right? So if he even reaches out to Selena, Mr. Bieber, if he even reaches out as a friend, he's not even allowed to be friends with her, okay, at this point. You know, they have such a stranglehold on his nuts, this poor young man, that he can't even reach out to his old friend, okay, to talk, because they are so heavily invested with this Nine of Cups here. They look at Justin as a cash cow, which I'm not understanding, because you're not letting the man work. Because if he does work, he is an artist, okay? And he's a sensitive artist. When you're a Pisces and intuitive and emotional and really on point with things, especially with lyrics and being able to convey emotions through lyrics, they know this. They will not let him go into that studio until they have prepared songs with lyrics that are pre-prepared for him. He can't even write his own songs at this point. He's not allowed to write his own songs. He has a writing team that he came into this thing with, but they are not allowed to write these songs for him, because you can have a thought about what you want to say in a song, but you need professional songwriters to make it into a cohesive lyrical song. Okay? And I'm sure he wants to speak out. The man looks like he wants to speak out, but they're not letting him. They have a stranglehold on his throat and on his other parts. Okay? It's really, really sick. And you know, I'm going to tell you something. This is about the third time that I'm trying to make this video, so somebody doesn't want you guys to see this, okay? I feel like this is going to even convince some Hailey fans that this is not a good idea. You know, but some people are a little more harder to convince than others, you know. Some, you know, Hailey people are just creatures of habit, and no matter how much evidence is brought to their attention, they are they are brand loyal, okay? So, what else is, okay, yep, I didn't even have to shuffle that much with this particular one. Three of Pentacles, meetings in secret. Now, this is also, this Three of Pentacles here, if you look at the Three of Pentacles, if you're following along here, because some of you guys follow along, there is a man, a woman, presenting something. Oh, boy. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Okay, there's some Masonic, Illuminati type shit going on here in this fucking card here. If you look at the Three of Pentacles in the original Rider-Waite, I want you guys to pull that card out as I'm saying this. I want you to look at something. Look at the man, the woman, and the other man, okay, which is basically Stephen Baldwin's character in this, shining a flashlight, or it looks like a flashlight. It's all symbolic, because in those times that this was printed out, I don't think they had flashlights, but as I said, it's symbolic. It looks to me, because it's something in a cloth here, that you can say that this is a baby being presented to Stephen Baldwin. It's a baby being presented. There's some kind of ritual thing that's involved with a baby here. I have to say it the way I see it, and what I'm seeing here is not... Don't forget, we're reading on a Hollywood couple. A lot of shit goes down that we don't even know about, okay? And if you look at that Three of Pentacles with me, if you know you haven't done so already, pull out that Three of Pentacles card and you'll see exactly what I mean here. It's like they're presenting an infant to some sort of Masonic leader, and Stephen Baldwin may be like the representative of that group, that secret society that is being presented to. But there's some sick shit going on here that involves a child. Okay, Hailey has been wanting to get pregnant. I don't think even Hailey realizes that she's being used. Okay, Look, I don't hide how I feel about certain people and what my opinions are of certain people. But even Hailey doesn't even realize she's being used here. Even Hailey, as sick and as twisted as she is, she doesn't even realize the devil lives within her own bloodline. Okay? Look at that particular photo on that card here. This is why when I pray over these cards, these pictures are going to become very, very apparent to you. They're going to really, really convey certain messages to you. They don't just become pictures on cards anymore. Okay? You can almost see how this is happening and unfolding right before our eyes. I'm not liking this at all. And this is right up under the Page of Pentacles. So this is definitely involving money. There's a payoff here. Remember, we got the Nine of Cups here. That's a payoff. Why is Stephen Baldwin so invested in this Hailey? Ah, ha, ha. Interesting, but not surprising. Ten of Pentacles. Oh my God. He wants his fortune. Stephen Baldwin wants Justin Bieber's fortune. I believe he's the one that convinced Hailey not to sign a prenup. I mean, she may have not been, too gung-ho about signing one anyway, but she did do a lot of speaking with her father before they got married, and it was suggested by Stephen that they don't sign a prenup. This man's fucking sick. I mean, look at his fucking face. I'm sorry. I don't like his face. It's just, I read people's pictures for a living, okay? You can tell a lot about a person's face, and a lot of your aura comes out through these pictures, okay? He is a shifty rat. That's why I had that dream. You guys, I had a dream last night about a rat that was on the floor. It was some gigantic warehouse type thing, okay? And I was towards the back here, secret, okay? Or, hidden knowledge, okay? And there was this rat that wasn't supposed to be out of its cage. And there was this, I guess he was like a reporter type guy. I guess in this case, I'm the reporter here, reporting on some kind of shit that's going down, right? And there was this man there. There was this man just kind of talking, and there was a cross-section of his brain, right? Now, this all kind of coincides. I'm studying psychology, guys, okay? And this all coincides. And there was a 3D section, like a cross-section, when if you're taking like medical classes in college or whatever, or anything that's as an elective or a part of your degree, you see in the textbooks, they have a cross-section of the brain, right? And this rat crawled into this guy's brain. Didn't have an effect right away, right? But then started eating at his brain. Just chomping. And you can see the cross section. You can see. I got some weird fucking dreams, okay? But it's, I'm also a precog, okay? Precognitive, which means that through my dreams, I'm able to tell you what's going on and what's going to happen, okay? Because I'm a very logical person. So the spirit waits for me to be in my dream space to let me know what's going on, because then I can't, logic it away, okay? So this rat goes into this guy's brain, starts eating at it, and you don't see the effects right away of the rat's effect on the person's brain. I feel this guy represented Justin, okay? Because he was there, just talking or whatever, but he didn't protect himself spiritually. For somebody that goes to church and all of this stuff, it's like, don't make church lip service. Really reinforce. And they go with him to church too. It's like, it's like you're supposed to have that communion with God and, that conversation with God. And when you have your handlers around you in church, it's like, what's the fucking point? So in this dream, He's eating his brain, eating his brain. And I feel this represents Justin because we've been talking about this for a while. So it kind of like filters into the dream space as well. Well, since you're going to talk about this, we're going to let you know what's going on. And eating his brain. And eventually it's like, he's fine for a while, this guy. And then he starts slurring his speech. And then he becomes unintelligible in this dream. I'm like, oh, shit. And I wasn't going to do this reading until I got that sign from my viewer, which again, I got to thank you because, this information has to get out there. Until this person had said, what do you think about this? It's like, we could be here all day, what I think about this, but I'm going to try to condense this into a 45-minute reading. He's basically there, this Stephen Baldwin, to make Justin not think for himself again because he can't even speak. And that's where we have this Ace of Swords here. He's slowly losing his ability to speak for himself, and that's what they want. But we have the Ten of Pentacles here, guys. That's what Stephen Baldwin is after, the fortune. The man, he is that rat. Rats are, okay, if you know anything about spirit animals, rats are scavengers. They're survivors, okay? They go on instinct. And with this Ten of Pentacles here, and me revealing this dream to you, it's basically telling you guys, and since he went in through the ear, this rat went in through the ear, okay? So a lot of this with this Ace of Swords here is Stephen Baldwin kind of always being in his ear. It's an earworm. He's trying to implant earworms. And I feel like that's what this Page of Pentacles is about too. Studying his son-in-law so he can plant earworms. Okay? They've been studying Justin Bieber for a while before this whole thing was put together with this Three of Pentacles. Okay? This Three of Pentacles is not only current energy, it's past energy as well. Sick, guys, I'm telling you. Yeah, he's very determined. We got the Chariot card here. All right, I'm kind of picking something up here. Now, if you're fans, you're going to be doing this anyway. We all have to closely monitor this one. Obviously not make it like the focus of everything that we do. Obviously, we got lives and everything, but I feel like a lot's going to be revealed in the coming days into the new year and into, I would say, January to March, the first 3 very formative months of 2020. There's going to be a lot going on planetary-wise with Uranus. And in the coming days, I'll talk more about that, but there's going to be a lot of antagonistic ego-driven energy coming into the new year. This is why not only for us Earth Angels, it's a big year, but it's also a big year for kind of like aggression. And I'm not going to say war. I'm going to say people kind of like popping off at the mouth. Okay. It's like, I'm kind of guilty of it too. I've been hella aggressive lately, very aggressive lately. And it's like, when you're that passionate about things, make sure that you don't put people off. Use words wisely because they really are. That's why they call it spelling, right? That's one of the first things that you learn in school is how to spell, okay? Because there are powers in each letter, and when you put them together, it's just in speaking. And this is why my throat chakra gets affected all the time, because I'm a Taurus and Taurus rules the throat. I don't have to have a lot of altar items around me. I do have an altar, but it's like I do most of my work through how I speak, which is a little easier for me because it's like, I'm not always up to date on, what I need for what particular ritual, right? So, but getting back to Mr. Stephen Baldwin here, we have the Chariot card here, and I keep getting this, and I have to talk about it. The thing is with being a psychic is we have this code of ethics that we have to abide by, and any psychic will agree with this. When we see something, because we're psychics, we make it happen faster. So if we don't see anything good, we kind of have to reword it in such a way where it doesn't kind of make it happen. You see? My throat. You see? Oh my God, guys. We got the Chariot here. I feel something having to do with the car here. And Justin doesn't even drive anymore. I haven't seen him drive. He's being driven around, both literally and figuratively. He's being driven. Not driven as an ambition either, okay? Like driven around. Like this guy now looks like he's been in and out of the hospital already, okay? Interesting. Why is Stephen Baldwin so heavily invested in Hailey? Why is Stephen Baldwin so heavily invested in Hailey? To keep Justin asleep. To what's going on here. We have the Four of Swords here. And this card has come out for Justin before. They want to keep him asleep. Justin, I hope you find these videos, honey. And Stephen, if you find it too, well, you've been called out, bro. Yep. He's the third party in this third party situation. Selena has removed herself for her own good. Okay? For her own good. There's a part of me that feels like Selena kind of saw this as well and said, no. I'm not going to get myself put in harm's way. Nope. That's it. Close the chapter. That's it. And I feel like with this Three of Swords here, now, okay, what I'm getting here is that pretty soon, Hailey is going to realize just how invested her dad is in this relationship, and she's even going to start seeing this, and she's going to start having conversation with her father. Well, it's like, he's my husband. Yeah, but he's my meal ticket. It's like, with this Three of Swords here, he's that other sword. So it's Justin, Hailey, and Stephen. Sick, guys. Sick. But we're talking about Hollywood here. I'm not surprised. Ugh. All right. Why is Stephen Baldwin so heavily invested in his son-in-law and daughter's marriage? Why is he so invested in Hailey? And we got to stop calling them that too. I'm going to tell you this. You'll be interested in the card that I just pulled out, by the way. Calling them Hailey makes them together. Okay? Like Jelena, Selena, and Justin, right? It's like whenever you do that, you kind of like, it takes on a life of itself. Okay? We have to stop calling them Hailey. Because that's kind of meshing their energies together. And there's no duality and there's no separation between them when we call them Hailey. We have to stop calling them Hailey. Okay? Justin, that's right now with Hailey. It's like you got to take the extra time to, kind of separate the two. If you make them Hailey, you kind of don't separate them. There's a lot of energy and I do feel when the media does that, it's sort of like a spell of sorts in itself. Okay? Making them Hailey kind of is like keeping them together too. We're kind of like doing that too. We have to stop that, guys. Okay? I'm going to say that much. Let's stop calling them Hailey. Okay? And any Hailey people, you're probably going to do that on purpose. But, I already let the cat out of the bag. So we have to stop calling them Hailey. We have to stop that. Okay? Next card up, Seven of Swords. Anybody that reads cards knows what the Seven of Swords is all about. Deception, manipulation, hiding things. I'm telling you, I feel almost like he's keeping like a diary or a journal of sorts to kind of like, put things together here to see what the next move should be with this Page of Pentacles. Pages are messages as well, so I feel like he might be like writing things down in a journal. What else is he going to do? He's not working. And Hailey fans, don't come for me, okay? Don't fucking come for me. Your hero's dad is not even working, so the fuck? Pick your heroes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, this next one must be a real doozy because all my cards just came out. All right. Hold on, guys. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any cards because the last time I did one of these types of readings, I was reading on a karmic and my lover's card went missing. And subsequently, after that, I had broken up with my DM. So, yeah, some involvement there. And if that person's watching, they know exactly who I'm talking about. Don't you, bitch? Anyway. Okay, I gotta just make sure that these are all upright because I had them upright. Only if they come out reversed, that's when I'll put it as reversed here. Okay, we're back in business. Sorry, I'm moving my table here. That's the sound you're hearing. Okay, so we're almost done here anyway. So I'm just checking the stats here. Yep, about 40 minutes. And my videos are about 40 to 45 minutes. Anyway, so 7 of Swords. Lying, trickery, deceit, manipulation, payoffs, all of that stuff, okay? The seedy underworld in Hollywood, okay? Since that fell, I gotta do that again. What is Stephen Baldwin's unhealthy, unnatural, sick, twisted involvement in his daughter's marriage to Justin Bieber? Ah, interesting. Interesting that this card came out in the reverse here. Judgment in reverse. Why is this judgment in reverse here? Now, I'm hoping that this is going to inspire more readings this way from other readers that are reading this situation. We need more of you guys, okay? So the call is being put out there. You know, if you've been picking up on this too, read about it. We need as much information as possible. We have the judgment in reverse here. He's trying to avoid judgment. Doing this on the sly, okay? Clarify the judgment in reverse, please. Please clarify the judgment in reverse. Please clarify the judgment in reverse. Oh, you don't want to come out now, huh? Page of Wands. Okay. He's trying to mask himself as the supportive father-in-law, okay? Somebody that Justin can talk to because he realizes how sensitive Justin is. And he's hoping to establish a trusting, that being the operative word here, a trusting bond with his son-in-law so that he can get into his head and figure out what to do to keep Hailey and him together, okay? This has nothing to do with love for his son-in-law. This has everything to do with his pockets, okay? Last two cards. What is Stephen Baldwin's unhealthy, unnatural involvement here? What is the basis of his unhealthy involvement in his son-in-law's marriage to his daughter? He has another daughter too, right? I think he has another daughter. He has two daughters. One has dark hair, I believe. Last time I saw it, I was looking in the things here because I had to do a lot of research for these readings. And I feel like even, you know, when you ask her, it's like she's not involved like that, right? He's very, very unhealthily involved with one daughter's marital status and affairs. And he's the last one that should be giving any advice, okay? You can't hold down, you don't have any work, you haven't exactly been faithful to your wife, okay? You know, you're the last one that should be giving advice, marital advice. It's always like that. You know, it's like, you know, you're the last one that should be giving advice, but the first one to open your fucking mouth. Are you still with your wife? Are you still with your wife? No? Then shut the fuck up. Yeah, that came out. Oh boy. Okay. So this one came out and I'm trying to get it without... We have the Five of Swords here. Yeah, I feel this is more So Hailey's energy, then her dad's energy, but she does look to her dad to, she leans on her dad to kind of ask more so how does a guy think. She tries to, because, even though she's masculine, she's still in a woman's body, okay? But she um more closely relates to masculinity. So she's not really going to ask any girlfriends about what she should be doing about Justin. She's going to be asking her dad, okay? Because she more relates to the masculine energy, being a masculine herself, okay? And this is petty energy. I feel like she does discuss Selena with her dad, and he's always kind of talking to her like, well, you're the one with the ring, you're the one with the ring. They're not realizing it's a hunk of metal with a stone on it. It has absolutely no indication there, because they look, Justin's the one that bought that ring, right? That money didn't come from Hailey or from her dad, especially not her dad, okay? He ain't got no fucking money. So they're leaning on the outside, and this is what a lot of these Hollywood people do. They, if you really got into their heads, it would be a completely different story and a completely different reading here. Um, she's like, I don't understand, though. I'm not understanding all the hate, and this kind of, I'm gonna remind you of one of the most recent pictures she has on her Instagram. This Hailey person only has 14 likes. How, if you are a supermodel, do you only have 14 likes? And there's something you can do as a public person in a public eye, because she has been getting a lot of hate, okay? She has made the comments not disabled, but limited, okay? And whenever that happens, that's because they want to avoid any negative comments, okay? Or show any negative comments. Now, you go to Selena's page. She doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to do that. Because she doesn't give a fuck what a Hailey person has to say. She don't give a fuck. She don't give two shits what you have to say. Okay, so she's going to put it on there and she don't care. I'm still doing me. But Hailey is so triggered and so easily hurt, okay, that she can't even take a comment. And apparently there's been a lot of comments, because how do you, as a public figure with millions of subscribers or followers that like you, have only 14 likes or 14 comments? And they're carefully selected. Carefully selected. You can delete comments, okay? I've deleted comments on my page. You know what I mean? It's like if you would get hella fucking disrespectful, yes, of course, I'm going to delete the comment. But I'm not a public figure. She is. How do you have only 14, under 20? How do you have only 14 likes under your picture? Houseway. That's a head scratcher. Last card for why is Stephen Baldwin so creepily? He's creeper status. Her father. He's creeper status. Why is he so heavily involved in these two's marriage? Why is he so heavily involved? Yep. Oh, shit. Oh, God. 4 of Pentacles. Pentacles, guys. Pentacles is money. It's not only health, but it's money. Money. The only thing they care about. Okay? 4 of Pentacles. He's in it to win it. He's in it to make sure he secures the bag. I'm getting that verbatim. He's there to make sure they secure the bag. Okay? So, and I feel like he's going to be very defensive, because on the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Wands here. There's that 7 of Wands energy. So yeah, he's very heavily invested in this. Instead of investing in your son-in-law and your daughter's marriage, why don't you invest on taking some new acting lessons and getting some work and getting paid on your own merit and your own talent, instead of sponging off of these 2 kids, okay? Or sponging off of one of them, okay? Because, I feel like Hailey's the type that she's not, after a certain point, because she is a model, she's not going to get as much print work, as much, work. So she's kind of getting there like where her dad is. I'm sorry, I'm going to fucking say it. After a certain point, you ain't going to be working anymore either, So I feel like they're both heavily invested, you know, like father, like daughter. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And they're both heavily invested, but you know, for the father to be this heavily invested, you got to be a fucking handler. Okay? And he's that third sword in the three of swords. So, I hope that this was informative, enlightening, and you know, I'm not trying to change people's minds here. If you're a Hailey person, be a Hailey person. You know, it's like, but you know, I'm just trying to lay down facts here. This is what I see. This is what was shown. You can agree, you cannot agree. You know, if you're a Hailey person and you're feeling tight about this, then, you know, I try to make it as clear as possible what I'm going to be reading on. You don't have to click. You click because you nosy. Okay? Don't come into my fucking channel and say something snarky because you will get deleted and blocked. Okay? But not before I fucking drag your ass. Right? So take the fucking chance. Ask somebody about me, how I am on my motherfucking channel. Okay? I don't hold back. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care if you're a handler, you know, Illuminati. I don't fucking care who the fuck you are. You're going to get dragged. I don't give a fuck. I give no fucks. None. None to be found. All right, guys. Information for personal readings are in the description box below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please follow Spiritual Samurai. She's been following this situation as well. She's fantastic when it comes to these types of readings. It's like, oh my God, I'm like, you get enthralled in this stuff. It's like, you know, she's so thorough in this. It's like, you know, she'll be picking up on something. It's like, Gaga? What? Like that double eye emoji, you know, and she's absolutely fabulous. So go ahead and give her a follow. And, you know, there's a lot of us that are following this situation because the energy is palpable and we're all following it. So we need more in this battle here, you know. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm on Instant Go at The Hood Oracle. I'm on social media. I'm not really on Facebook that much. You know, I'm not really a Facebooker these days. But I am on Instagram very heavily. Ask anybody. I love my Instagram. I like the simplicity of it. I just do. And I'm at Hood Oracle 777 if you want to find me there, okay? So I do screen. So if you pick up that you might be a karmic or something, I'm going to remove you from my followers. So if you are a karmic or a Hailey camper, you know, I will pick up on it. And if you find yourself removed and not, seeing any of my posts or anything, that's why I removed you. Anyway, that being said, guys, I love you so much. And, please send the love right back. I love getting the warm hugs from you guys. You guys are fam. And yeah, please leave your comments and let's keep it respectful. If you're a Hailey camper, you know, I'm not going to tell you you can't comment, but just, keep it respectful. If you don't, you're going to get booted the fuck out, but not before I drag your fucking ass. Right? So love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.